he was up in Keystone doing what he always does, which is sharing love and knowledge. And he came down to Longmont, Colorado. We sat down. My son Chase is here with me. He was at the table. And he did something for me that I needed at the time. And what he gave me hope. He told me, he said, you know, you do as I tell you to do. And he said, you know what? He said, you're gonna watch your son grow up. You're gonna watch his children grow up and their children grow up. And he says, I promise you that. And he looked me right in the eye. That was amazing, amazing. It gave me hope. It made me believe. It gave me courage, and I needed it. I was told to pack up my stuff, quit my job, the whole bit. So I look at my life in a lot of different ways. It's kind of like a table setting. The first thing, it's like knife, fork, and spoon, okay? So you're at the table, and the first thing that happened was I had a football-sized tumor, and my third rib up that was taken out, okay? That's the knife, okay? And after that, of course, then I found out that it went stage 4, that it was in 3 lymph nodes. They had doubled in a 6-month period after 2 years. And it was devastating news, and that's when I met Dr. Wallach. What was interesting about that is that I learned so much about myself, because then, as you would do, I went to a fork. And the fork was, what am I going to eat? What am I going to put into my body that's going to allow me to sustain myself so that I could get help? That's what this is all about. You know, the mission of this company is amazing. It's not about the money. It's just not. It's about the mission. Everybody here should be on a mission to help as many people as you possibly can. Because the love of the Chenaults and the Fardulises are why I'm here. Because they shared a little something about them that's made a difference in my life. Now, I will tell you right now that the preparation that you have within your body and your health is the most important thing that you can do in order to sustain your life. That is the single most important thing. Now, I was on immune therapies and treatments. I still am. I'm on an experimental immune therapy that Dr. Wallach approved of. And I asked him about all that stuff. I was on an immune therapy. It was the only therapy that ever worked on renal cell carcinoma, and it was hideous. It was horrible. It almost killed me, you know? And I was sick. And the doctor said, but you recover so quickly. You recovered quicker than anybody has ever recovered. I would go in into sorts of body reactions to this. I would gain 35 pounds by the end of the week, and I would go home, and in 2 days, I would lose it, okay? And then within a week, I would go back and do it again. And then I'd wait 2 months, and then I'd do it again, the same system. The doctors were amazed about how quickly I recovered. And why did I recover? Because I had preparation. I prepared my body. I prepared it through longevity products. I gave my body a fighting chance because of the natural minerals and vitamins that I had within my system, and the Z radical. And selenium. I have a plethora of longevity products, and they're wonderful. And they prepared me, and they helped me survive because I was going through some heinous treatments. Well then, the only thing that did, the interleukin-2, was allow me to kind of sustain myself. It didn't cure me, it stopped the growth, but then it started again. The interesting thing about renal cell carcinoma is that it spreads, and especially when it goes stage 4, it'll show up anywhere and everywhere. And you don't live. 5 to 15% of the people survive renal cell carcinoma within the first year. I've had it for 6 years. 6 years. And the reason why is that I gave my body a fighting chance. Why? Because I put products in my body that my body needed to sustain my life and to help me aid my treatments in working. Mine never left those 3 lymph nodes. My lymph nodes did grow. They grew so slowly. They grew up to 17 centimeters. 17 centimeters in 2 years. And I got on, I kept doing my treatment. It never spread to any other organ. It's miraculous. Then all of a sudden the treatment started to work. And it worked. What was the term they said, Tom? I can't remember the term. It wasn't miraculous, but it was, I don't know. I can't remember the term. Amazing! Well, okay, I'll take that. So anyway, it started to decrease and decrease and decrease. And when I went in, just to give you an idea, when I went in, the circumference of those lymph nodes, okay, were, it was 86 millimeters, okay, 86 millimeters. It went very high. And I went in 3 weeks ago, and it was at 41 millimeters, okay? Now, the fascinating thing about that is this. When you fill up a balloon, okay, with water, it stretches out the balloon, right? And then when you let the water out of the balloon, what does it do? It's out of shape, it's out of whack, it's whatever, okay? So this is what happened to me and my lymph nodes, okay? They went out of whack. And so I go in on Friday to see my oncologist, and I said, man, I can't wait to have my next CAT scan. And he said, why? And I said, I want to see where I'm at. I want to see what's going on. He said, your lymph nodes are less than half of what they were when you came in to do the treatment. He said, they're at 41 millimeters. He said, I said, I know, but I wanted to keep going down. He said, and this is news, okay? And Tom does because he's smiling, and so does Scott. He said, I don't believe it exists. I don't believe it exists in there anymore. He said, your lymph nodes are stretched out, but he says, I said, well, what can we prove it? He said, I can't prove it or deny it. He said, there's no test for it. He said, because the lymph nodes is or they were markers, this is how we marked it. When they grew and they got tighter, just like a balloon, a water balloon, we could measure it. We could go in, we could take biopsies of it. I said, well, can we go in and do biopsies? He says, no, because they're like out of shape. So we can't confirm or deny it. And he said, the other thing that I will tell you is, he says, it's very possible that you might be one of the few people in the world that has absolutely 0 cancer cells in your body. Tell you, as we go through the table setting, then we go to the spoon, you know, and the spoon is, you know, being able to be next to my kids and spoon them and love them, and all these people, these great people, my friends out here that I see that are part of this great company, that are out there because of the mission of it. They're not out there for the money. They're out there for the mission. The mission is to help everybody you can, to talk about this, to talk to your friends. If you care about them, you'll talk to them about this. This is real stuff, folks. We don't know what we're going to come up with. We don't know what's going to happen. Give your bodies a fighting chance. Give your friends' bodies a fighting chance. There are so many great products in the line. It's fantastic. Concentrate on doing what's right for your body. Do what's right for your body. And then as we go on to the table setting, then you know, we've got napkins. My napkins are all you people that cover me with love and caring. And you know, that guy right there is my big napkin. Get up here. Get up here. This is why you live. This is what it's all about, folks. This is what it's all about. These kids, I love them to death, and God's blessed me. He's blessed me with friendships. These people here, you people, God's blessed me with great doctors. He's blessed me with Dr. Wallach and Steve Wallach and Michelle Wallach and Dave Brisky and all these wonderful people that have come here. And we are blessed to have them in our state. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being here and for getting on this mission to help your friends and care about them and bless them with this company and this fine company and the things that it can offer you and most of all your friends. Thank you.